What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. We're going to get started here in just a second. Make sure you hit that like button. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Let me know if everything is good. Let me know if the audio is good, if the music's good. I haven't checked that yet, but guys, this is getting really crazy. The US dollar index is plummeting right now. The euro is going up against the US dollar. The US dollar index is absolutely plummeting here, and it is totally crazy to see this happening right now. This is like, we actually may not stop moving down until we hit like the 88 level, that previous support from, when was it, 2018? You know, people are looking at 88.50 as a major support, so that means that the US dollar index could be continuing to go down for a few weeks, possibly even a few weeks, guys. And if that does happen, then Bitcoin could actually break the all-time high sooner rather than later, which is crazy. It is crazy to see this happening right now. The US dollar index almost seems like it's going into a death spiral, and there's not much confidence here. So we could probably expect Bitcoin's price to go up as long as the US dollar index continues to plummet. And you could probably expect the stock market to go up as long as the US dollar index continues to plummet. So it is getting absolutely wild out here, guys. And we were talking, let me just pull up the chat here. What's up, everyone? So we were talking about, a possible pullback, and that, there's no reason to sell Bitcoin right now, but you should have cash ready to buy the dip if it happens. And now that the US dollar index just continues to go down, that possibility of a pullback is getting less and less and less and less, in my opinion. Now, if we do at any point see a reversal, the US dollar index bounces off a low, maybe that'll cause some turbulence for Bitcoin. But right now, it doesn't seem like it just doesn't seem like this is going to stop. The US dollar index is just collapsing, and Bitcoin is sitting right around that all-time high level. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there right now for Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin here now, on the 4 hour, we're starting to push up. The inverse correlation, Satoshi's design for Bitcoin, is working out absolutely perfectly. It couldn't be any more perfect, guys. DXY collapsing, Bitcoin mooning. We're coming up above 19.4, which in yesterday's stream we were discussing that we need to flip 19.4 into a new support. And if we do, we'll likely test the all-time high, if not go higher. So it seems like the bearish divergence on the daily played out a little bit, and now there's just too much demand. Right now, Bitcoin is basically acting as a short position on the US dollar, right? If you buy Bitcoin, you're basically shorting the US dollar. That's essentially what it is right now. And we can see that there is a lot of money flowing into this market. And we know that there's going to be a lot more money coming into this market as well in the not so distant future. What's up, guys? We just got the stream started. Definitely hit that like button if you're just joining in, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to read the chat real quick to see what you guys were saying. How's it going, guys? So yeah, Bitcoin is absolutely mooning right now. What's up, chat? What is up, everybody? We got the regulars in the chat. Kevin's here. Kevin Blanger's here. A lot of people that I recognize, but I can't shout all of you guys out. We have a lot of people, all the familiar faces. Eric Munzo is here. What is up, guys? How's everyone doing? Let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. How are you guys feeling? How do you feel about the US dollar index? How do you feel about Bitcoin? This is absolutely crazy, guys. What's happening to the US dollar index right now? I mean, like all morning, I'm just sitting here like watching this number go down. I'm just like staring at it, like what is going on? And then Bitcoin's just going up. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, so this is obviously, it's good for Bitcoin. In reality, Bitcoin's price is just going up because the US dollar is losing value. So if you hold Bitcoin, essentially you are in a safe haven against fiat currencies, right? So you're retaining your value against the destruction of the US dollar. So owning Bitcoin, or sorry, I should say, like I said in yesterday's stream, not owning Bitcoin is a risk. Not owning Bitcoin is risky now. And a lot of companies are starting to realize that. What did we see today in the news? We saw the S&P Dow Jones indices are going to launch cryptocurrency indexes in 2021. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. This just came out just a couple of hours ago, an hour ago. S&P Dow Jones Indices, a division of financial data provider S&P Global Inc., said on Thursday that it will launch cryptocurrency indices in 2021, making it the latest major finance company to enter the nascent asset class. So absolutely incredible to see that crypto is now going full-blown legitimate, right? It's going full-blown legitimate. It went from being this like scam, scam, right? Everyone thought it was a scam. And then like literally a year later, like almost a year later, like everything just flips. And I think it's really funny that analysts are getting bullish on Bitcoin at the all-time high. I think it's so funny that professional analysts on Wall Street, they thought Bitcoin was a scam over here. And then all of a sudden we're back at the all-time high. Now all of a sudden Bitcoin is a legitimate investment in a legitimate asset. It's hilarious how that works, right? It's hilarious how that works. It's classic Wall Street, right? The fund managers are always late. They always get bullish after the pump. What's up, guys? What's up, Robert? Just woke up. Hey, guys, doing yesterday's stream. I think I went live at like 11, 12. I'm streaming a little bit earlier today. So, yeah, and the cool thing about this, guys, is that, the US dollar index is still it's going down even more. Like, since I started this stream, it's just collapsing. So Bitcoin is retaining your value. If you own Bitcoin, you are saving yourself. You're retaining your value, and you're protecting your value by owning Bitcoin right now. That was the design. Now, the cool thing right now is that Bitcoin is going to be going up, most likely, as we see the US dollar collapse. And altcoins will start to move up most likely. Of course, if Bitcoin breaks the all-time high and just starts mooning, past 20K, altcoins might stall for a bit. But, when the value of Bitcoin goes up, eventually, after Bitcoin consolidates at a high level, the value bleeds back out into alts, and then the cycle begins. So I think, personally, I think it's not a bad time to be getting into some of these alts. A lot of the altcoins that pumped during the first DeFi season, haven't really pumped all too much yet. But so Bitcoin right now is sitting just at 19,400. So if we close this daily above 19,400, that would be the second highest daily close so far, right, other than November 29th. So that's what we're looking for here, and then we're looking for potential continuation. Now, I would keep my eye on the US dollar index. Right now, it's looking really bullish for Bitcoin. If the US dollar index does find support at any point, then you could expect Bitcoin to possibly at least create a local top or something. But it doesn't seem like the US dollar index has support until the low 88s, 88.50, mid 88s, 88.50 or so. Seems to be the area that most people are looking at. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, at this point, with the new stimulus news, another like almost $900 billion being printed again, we could play out a temporary bounce at this previous low from 2018 at 88.50 for the US dollar index. Temporary bounce, maybe, but I think ultimately we'll probably go lower than that. We'll probably go lower than that, considering that 20% of all US dollars were printed this year. In 2020, 20% of the entire U.S. money supply is printed this year, guys. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. Ethereum's looking pretty good. Ethereum looks like it. I mean, if Bitcoin breaks the all-time high, Ethereum's going to start punching. Ethereum's going to start punching up as well. And if we go to the weekly chart, we just take a look at Ethereum from high to low, swing high to swing low. We do have a fib extension target coming up. Does it coincide with anything? Well, a little bit. There's like a little bit of support here. A little bit of support, I guess, in this range. So you could be looking to target possibly 670. The area that I think more people are going to be looking at is closer to 750, probably. So 670 and then upwards of 750 if Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. If Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. So we may be moving closer to the 700 range for Ethereum in the not-so-distant future if everything continues on the track that it's on right now. If everything continues the way it is right now, Ethereum will likely head towards 700, if not, or at the least 670 soon. What's up? We got 500 people watching. Definitely hit that like button if you're just tuning in. Oh wait, did I miss I think I missed a super chat. What do we have here? Ate too much spicy, coming in with the 5. He says, I'm eating spicy ramen right now, LOL. Would you happen to know if the majority of volume for BTC is through exchanges, or do merchants use it also? If the majority of BTC is through exchanges? Well, I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I would have to check. I would have to look into this. I'm not totally sure. Majority of volume is through exchange. I mean, there's a lot of OTC going on. Over-the-counter buys from big institutions are buying Bitcoin over-the-counter. Like private transactions. That's going on right now. So a lot of the volume is not even showing up on exchanges right now. A lot of the volume may not even show up on exchanges, guys. And, you know, we do have a supply shortage, right? We do have a supply shortage right now. I didn't pull this up before I started. But we do have a lot of Bitcoin leaving exchanges. A lot of Bitcoin leaving exchanges. So, with that in mind, and you also keep in mind that Bitcoin's leaving exchanges and we have a lot of OTC going on. The supply is very thin right now, guys. Most of you know this. There is a supply crisis, basically, for Bitcoin. There's just not enough Bitcoin going around. So the price is just, you know, and there's so much demand because what's going on here? The US dollar index is collapsing, which is going to create demand for assets like Bitcoin. And there's already a supply crisis. I mean, it's the perfect storm. It's the perfect storm, guys. Bitcoin is poised for a breakout as long as the US dollar continues to go down. So we're getting there. Literally over the past 24 hours, my tune on things has shifted from, you know, long-term bullish, short-term skeptical, like skeptical short-term, to being like almost just like all bullish at this point, because this is just insane what's happening with the US dollar. I mean, the past 3 days have just been straight down. We've literally fallen multiple points as I started this stream. So my tune on things has kind of flipped to very, very bullish now, even short term, But remember, if the US dollar index turns around, then Bitcoin might pull back. Just checking out chat here. So we talked a little bit about Bitcoin. We talked a little bit about Ethereum. Yeah, everyone's talking about the hash ribbons flipping buy signal. Yes. Everybody's talking about hash ribbon signals flipping bullish. Of course, guys, we see that as well. Everything is now just, you know, really starting to point more and more bullish in the last couple days. So. Yeah, we were talking about that. Someone in the chat mentioned this news. The S&P. So yeah, the S&P is to launch cryptocurrency indexes in 2021. So next year, guys, next year could be a huge year for crypto. Could be a massive year for crypto. Things could get more bullish than we ever thought possible within the next year. It is totally possible, guys. And we can see that the cycle length right now is actually shorter than the last one. We broke the all-time high 1,200 days after the bull market peak, and Bitcoin right now is potentially looking to break the all-time high much sooner than that. So the lengthening cycle theory does not really seem to hold much weight right now. It's obviously, we'll see. We'll see. The thing is, global events, any event can send Bitcoin through the all-time high sooner than it did last time, right? So it's not that Bitcoin cycles are like perfectly, they're just gonna be growing longer every time. I mean, world events do affect the cycles. Of course, the halving is really the determining factor for the next bull cycle most of the time, or every single time so far. The halving, right? But the Bitcoin can break the all-time high sooner than it did last time. Nothing says it can't. It's all about world events, guys, Especially if the US dollar index keeps plummeting, why wouldn't Bitcoin break the all-time high sooner? Right? It doesn't have to follow some magical lengthening cycle or like some whatever like predetermined thing other than the halving itself. Guys, all of you in Patreon that are asking questions about other stuff, the point is that all that content stays in Patreon just like exclusive, right? I don't want to like start talking about the stuff I talk about in Patreon here, because then what's the point of being in Patreon? I want it to be like more exclusive. So I'm not going to talk about all the coins I'm buying right now. That's only for patrons. I see people are like asking about stuff. If you're in Patreon, you get all that. That's the point. So let me just like, if you guys are interested, here you go. So what's up, guys? We got 650 people watching. We're just enjoying Bitcoin sitting at 19.4K as the US dollar index crumbles. We will see. Again, guys, we're still below the all-time high. So if the US dollar index reversed at any point soon, then yeah, maybe Bitcoin could pull back. But we're like right there. We're so close. Rich Buddy coming in with the $2. He says, "Hey Kevin, is Tezos safe to park some savings?" Are you asking about Tezos? T-E-Z-O. What is T-E-Z-O? T-E-Z-O-S. I think you misspelled it. So you're asking, is Tezos safe to park savings 4.6%? Is it safe to park savings? I mean, I'm not really an expert on Tezos. I know a lot of people love it. So, I mean, I would ask somebody else about Tezos. I don't really study Tezos. But I'm sure it's probably okay. I have friends that, are doing what you want to do right now. Just reading chat. Ramming Speed says, Kevin, do you predict 2 alt seasons or 1? I don't even understand that question, guys. Last time, in 2017, during the bull market, alts went crazy. There was insane pumps happening all year long. So, I mean, the next year could be one long alt season with pullbacks in between, right? There's going to be huge pumps, then there's going to be corrections, but there's going to be huge pumps. Guys, bull markets, things get crazy in bull markets. I mean, as Bitcoin goes up, it's going to bring the value of the entire market up. Everyone's asking about Chainlink. So Chainlink right now is currently at a lower high. If we break out and we start to push to higher highs, that'll be good. The 1366 level was an area that Chainlink struggled to get above for a while, and we're above it now. So let's see. So we actually just bounced off 1366 here during this daily. If we can start closing dailies above $14.30, which is the previous daily close from November 29th and 30th, then yeah, I think if Chainlink can start closing dailies back above $14.30 about, that'd be a bullish signal. We might start continuing up. Guys, keep in mind, you guys got to keep the perspective here. A lot of people are wondering like, oh my God, why isn't Chainlink mooning like other things? Well, Chainlink is the best performing asset in crypto right now. In terms of the top coins, not altcoins, like the top 20 coins, Chainlink is the top performing asset in the top 20 coins. It's up 565% this year. And it's, what, only 30% away from the all-time high. In the past year, Chainlink is up 565%. Only 30% away from the all-time high. It's performing so well. You know, some people got in late. They've been holding Chainlink. It's just been kind of just moving sideways. And they're like, oh man, why isn't Chainlink doing much? Well, guys, it has already done a lot, so you got to be patient. You got to be a little bit patient here. In the next bull market, I have no doubts that Chainlink is going to do really well. But, you know, Chainlink is currently cooling off after an insane 565% pump, essentially, over the past year. I mean, it's crazy how much gains we had since March. Huge. 540% about or more. I mean, so just keep all that in mind. Just keep the perspective, guys. Keep the perspective. It's already doing well. I mean, and also considering that Chainlink went up that much and it's still holding these levels and it's just near like 30% away from the all-time high. Yeah, it's an amazing asset to be holding over the past year. So if you can pop up above, I guess now it's going to be, I mean, we do have a lot of resistance and support at $15.15. We were kind of chopping in that range mid-November there. If you can really start closing dailies, I guess above 1570, then you're headed for 1730. But yeah, guys, a lot of people keep asking about Chainlink. I mean, just understand where it's at. So what else, guys? What other altcoins are you looking at right now? Bitcoin is right now coming up to 19,455. This is going pretty good. Going pretty good. US dollar index sitting at that low level. Somebody says Ethereum is breaking out. Let's go to the daily, or maybe the 4-hour. 4-hour daily. Let's go to the 4-hour. Ethereum is not breaking out yet, but it's really close. It's pretty much right there. It is right there, guys. So you had the highest 4-hour candle closes of this entire run so far are at 616.83. And you're now just barely getting above it, it seems. Here we go. So yeah, if you start closing 4-hour candles above 617, I should say, that's really bullish. Ethereum might start breaking out. All you have now is wicks. All you have now is just wicks to the left. So yeah, if we start closing 4 hours up here, we might start trending up. And if Bitcoin starts breaking out, oh man, it's going to get crazy, guys. It's going to get crazy. Ethereum is already ahead of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 150% about. Ethereum is up 300% about. So Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin this year so far. Guys, we got 700 people watching. What is up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Be sure to support the channel by hitting that like button and subscribing if you're new. We're just looking at Ethereum here on the 4-hour. We're starting to push up above the area of the highest 4-hour candle closes on this run so far. Yeah, sometimes Ethereum can lead, right? Sometimes it can lead. Though, I mean, most of the money that's coming into this market right now is generally interested in Bitcoin. Obviously, like all these major entities, these major companies, and like there's a lot of wealthy people now that are looking to protect their value by buying Bitcoin. Actually, it's happening. It's really happening, guys. It's happening right now. There's like, you know, you could call it smart money is buying below 20K right now. Smart money is buying below 20K, even though, yes, they're late. They're obviously late. But we got all kinds of people buying Bitcoin right now. I even heard rumors that oil companies are buying Bitcoin. So let's see what we got in the chat. Who is Bezos? No, we were talking about Tezos. So people are asking about Litecoin. People are asking about YFI. People are asking about XRP. People are asking about ADA. A lot of questions about XRP now. Raul Paul is 80% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, says Phil C. What's up, Phil C? Yeah, yep. I like what he said in that interview with Cointelegraph, where he said he's never seen an opportunity like this before, and that we're basically, if you're buying Bitcoin, or if you already bought Bitcoin, you front ran a wall of money, and that wall of money may be coming now as we're breaking the all-time high. Because you see everybody's flipping their tune on Bitcoin as we're coming up to the all-time high. All the analysts, nobody wants to be wrong, and everybody wants to, of course, invest in Bitcoin to hedge against basically the US dollar being debased in a sense. So yeah, we're front running a wall of money. If you're in crypto, you're front running a wall of money that's about to come in. So it's going to get intense. Four-hour closing in 2 minutes. Yep. Dennis says 4-hour closing in 2 minutes. So Ethereum is about to get the highest 4-hour candle close on this entire run so far. Ethereum is about to do it, guys. We're a minute away. We're a minute away. Bitcoin is pushing. Oh, I wasn't expecting to see the all-time high during this stream, but who knows, guys? Who knows? Who knows? That would be crazy. So what do we got? Chainlink coming up above 14 again. Ethereum at 620. Bitcoin at 19,550. Crazy. So here we go. We got 50 seconds left on this 4-hour. We're going to see if Ethereum can make history with the highest 4-hour candle close of the year. Come on, Eth, you can do it. You can do it. Things are getting pretty bullish pretty fast. I haven't even checked the S&P today. Got to check the S&P. Let's check it out. So yeah, Bitcoin. So the interesting thing here, guys, is that Bitcoin and the S&P are both fighting for the all-time high at the exact same time. At the exact same moment. We're seeing it happen. It's happening together. And we've talked about this correlation many times on this channel. There's always debate. People are like, Bitcoin's not correlated. It is correlated. There's disagreements. And I've been on the side that Bitcoin is generally correlated to the stock market or the S&P. Generally, directionally, right? Like we're trending, S&P is trending down for a long period of time. Bitcoin's kind of doing the same thing. S&P is trending up for a long period of time. Bitcoin's pretty much doing the same thing. It's not perfect correlation. It's not perfect. As you can see in this range, we were dumping, bouncing, dumping. Bitcoin was kind of just trending up. So it's not like a perfect correlation, but it's generally correlated in a lot of ways. But the S&P is now at an all-time high, it seems. We're like fighting for the all-time high again. We already made it a couple days ago. The orange line is obviously Bitcoin. Craig's coming in with the €5. He says, "Love the streams, man. Can you show me calculator? Can you show me calculator to figure out what price RSI would equal 70 on any given day?" I'm not sure what your question is. Figure out what price the RSI would equal 70 on any given day? I'm not sure what you're asking. Jacob's coming in with the 20. He says, live streams. Oh, I can't read Danish. If that's Danish, I can't read it. I can't read Danish. We can translate it though. So Ethereum closed the 4-hour. Ethereum closed the 4-hour, the highest 4-hour candle close of the year. Just happened, guys. Ethereum's pushing. Ethereum's making it right now. Making it happen. Let's see. Detect language. Your streams are light in the dark time here in Denmark. Oh, that's a nice comment. Jacob says, your streams are a light in the dark here in Denmark. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it, guys. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, guys. I hope the music is good. Maybe you can't really hear the music. We'll just turn it up a little bit. I don't really like this track all that much. So we'll just go to the next one. So yeah, we were one of the so Bitcoin's now at Bitcoin is now at 19,600. So let me see something. One thing we were talking about in yesterday's stream was the RSI, and one of the potential bearish signals was we had higher highs on price with lower levels, a lower high on the RSI. So we had bearish divergence, and the previous support during this entire parabolic run was the 70 level, and we've rejected the 70 level at that high. So that was a potential bearish signal, right? That things might have been, pointed down, but the demand is just too high. The U.S. dollar is performing so poorly against all the other currencies right now that, I mean, the Bitcoin's just naturally bullish here. I mean, the demand is just too high. People don't want to be holding U.S. dollar. People don't want to be holding U.S. dollar anymore. Again, technical analysis can just go right out the window. It can just be tossed right out the window. If there's just if enough buyers show up and they want to buy Bitcoin, the price will go up no matter what the charts tell you. If there's enough buyers showing up and there's not that much selling and there's not enough supply, there's not enough Bitcoin going around, yeah, I mean, the price is going to go up. That's just how it is. At what price will the RSI, somebody's asking, at what price will the RSI be at 70? Maybe around 19,700, 19,800. Probably like we're like $100 to $200 away from that, from retesting 70 on the RSI. And if we start pushing above 70 on the RSI, the daily RSI, then that is probably a signal that we may have enough momentum to break the all-time high. I mean, I'm not going to do the calculation right now. I guess that's what you were asking before. Jeffrey is saying, Kevin, what's a good buy target if it drops? So if Bitcoin drops, so somebody was saying DXY on monthly support can bounce, pressuring Bitcoin correction. So somebody's saying if the US dollar index bounces, will that pressure a correction for Bitcoin? Yes, and also the stock market, right? So if the US dollar index does find support here, which it seems like we're getting like a slight amount of support right now, just barely. If there's like a real bounce that plays out at this level, then Bitcoin would play out a correction most likely. And people are asking like, yeah, what's a good price to buy? I mean, personally, I'm just looking at the 21-week EMA as the optimal buy target. The 21-week EMA is the optimal buy target. So right now, the optimal I'm not saying that, I'm not making a prediction. I'm just saying the optimal buy target right now, the place that would be the best area of value right now would most likely be along the 21-week EMA at 14K. I'm not making a prediction. I'm just telling you the optimal buy zone right now would be about 14K, maybe 15K actually, along the, now it's actually, you're moving up slowly, I think. But yeah, 14 to 15K, really great buy for Bitcoin right now, along the 21-week EMA. If there was a pullback, that'd be your best buy zone, most likely. Most likely. But of course, it all depends on like the type of patterns that we see get developed here. It depends. It depends, guys. I mean, right now, Bitcoin is looking quite bullish here. Usually when Bitcoin ends a market cycle, again, I'm not bearish, I'm just talking about bearish stuff just because. When Bitcoin ends a when Bitcoin ends a market cycle, the most common pattern is a symmetrical triangle with a breakdown or a descending triangle. So far in Bitcoin history has been like the most common pattern. So that's what you'd be looking for if we were going to see a major correction, probably. You know, maybe a head and shoulders pattern, like you could be looking for that, right? That's what you would want to look for if we're going to play out some real correction. But right now, guys, there just doesn't seem, it just seems unlikely that we would pull back like that. It's unlikely. It's more likely that we would probably start to test above 20K. And you know, in this scenario, some people are expecting that we test into the 20K range before seeing a pullback of some kind. Yeah, I think that's quite possible. And what you would be looking for is a continuation to the downside on the US dollar index or something in that direction, and then a rebound. And if the US dollar index rebounds, that's when you would see like some kind of local top for the short term for Bitcoin. Somewhere up there. And then maybe we come back to consolidate in this range again. I'm just completely speculating right now. Total speculation. Nobody knows what's going to happen, right? But yeah, the US dollar index seems to be playing a really big role right now, so. Yeah, I mean, people are asking what's the DXY. So if you go DXY, it's basically calculated against many different currencies. Just go type in DXY calculation, and it shows you right here. Just reading chat, guys. Just reading chat. So somebody's saying they're patiently waiting for the 20-week EMA. I mean, I am too, guys. Like, I would love to buy Bitcoin along the 21-week EMA or the 20-week EMA, whichever one you're using. I would love to buy Bitcoin down here, but so would a lot of people. And also, the US dollar is not very strong right now at the moment. So, you know, people are going to be exiting the US dollar for Bitcoin. Let's go to the lower time frames here. We're on the, what are we on the daily right now? For the DXY, let's go to the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour right now, we've been in an absolute like death spiral almost. And just going straight down. Now we're seeing a little bit of support here on this 4 hour. But so far, every time this has happened, you play out a couple 4 hours to the upside, and then eventually you dump again. So we'll see what happens. Mr. Madbrow Cow says, I got my food money back. Nice, nice. He's got his food. Oh yeah, you were the guy that was sending me super chats and saying that you're You were sending me your food money or something, but that's good. I'm sure that if you bought Bitcoin with your food money, then yeah, you made all your food money back. So that's cool. So yeah, it was nice to see Ethereum, even though we're seeing a little bit of resistance on the 4-hour right now, it was nice to see that we did create the highest 4-hour candle close of the year. And, you know, we're going to attempt to flip this into new support, but we'll see, right? Pulling back below it right now. Guys, we got almost 1,000 people watching. Almost 1,000 people watching. Definitely hit that like button, guys. Let's get 1,000 likes. Let's get 1,000 likes on this. Pump that YouTube algorithm, guys. A lot of people asking about XRP. Let's pull up XRP. A lot of people asking about Cardano. A lot of people asking about Doge and Litecoin. Is anybody actually serious about Doge? I feel like nowadays it's just like... I see people request it all the time, and I'm like, it's a joke, right? So what do we got here? XRP on the weekly. Finally making some moves. Let's see here. Log scale XRP finally making some moves. If you bought XRP anywhere since basically over here, May of 2018, you're now at least break even, if not in the profit. So congrats to all the XRP holders. You held through it. Not many people believed in you, but it worked out for you. Not many people. I was very skeptical of it. But yeah, you started to get a lot of accumulation. I'm pretty sure they, after Ripple was, dumping XRP, they publicly said, yeah, we're actually buying it again. And we're reaccumulating. A lot of accumulation. Higher lows, breakout. So, I mean, really, guys, just from a horizontal perspective, the 50-cent level is a psychological level. It's also a major previous resistance, an area of support here from 2018. If you did get a pullback, that'd be probably an area that the market is looking to bounce off of, potentially. Does 50 cents line up with any fib levels? Yep, 50 cents lines up with the 50% retrace, just about 0.5089. So that would be a great area of entry if we did pull back. If you're looking for an entry, but of course we'll see. Bitcoin is seeing a little bit of resistance now, because it's probably because the DXY saw a little bit of support, I think. And after Ethereum just created the highest 4-hour candle close of the year, we are seeing a little bit of resistance. Though Bitcoin overall being above 19,200 is good, right? So if we go to Bitcoin on the 4-hour here, just as this is happening, Bitcoin being above this area is a pretty good sign. I guess it is about 19,350. An area where we closed a lot of 4 hours, an area where we had support up here at the top, and a lot of resistance here previously. So as long as you're above 19.2, 19.3, ultimately 19.4, then it's looking pretty good. So if you can flip this into new support now, you're back testing it. You're back testing this range. If you can flip it into new support, that's pretty good. That'd be great bullish progress. But yeah, I mean, XRP, if you don't get a pullback, if Bitcoin continues bullish, then I would just look at the horizontals. I mean, this is really all you got for XRP right now. If you break out above that high, you're looking for closer to $1 actually. Either 96.5 cents or $1 is your next major upside target. And of course, the $1 level is going to be probably some kind of a psychological barrier to cross, but you never know. A lot of it does depend on Bitcoin, obviously. I think it's so funny when I'm looking at chat, right? And whenever Bitcoin does that, like something like this, like we pop above resistance, we create. This was actually the second highest 4-hour candle close in Bitcoin history, potentially. And then we pull back a little bit to 19.3, and people in the chat are saying Bitcoin is crashing. Like they used the word crashing. I mean, we got 1,000 people watching this right now. I need to like make. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when the market's doing nothing basically. I mean, we're just like retesting resistance as support, and people say the word crashing or dumping, and it's just like, why? Like, why do people in crypto misuse the words crashing, dumping, pumping? Like they just say it no matter what. The market could be doing anything, and they'll just say it no matter what. It's honestly just too funny. It's just too funny. Yeah. Let me show you how much Bitcoin is crashing right now. We're definitely crashing, guys. I mean, it's getting pretty bad out here. We're crashing. So now that we're looking at the daily chart, yeah, I mean, at this point, you want Bitcoin to start closing dailies, above the previous daily candle close. You just want to start making that progress. And if we could get the volume profile tool to load here, which I'm not sure if it will, we could see the area of volume that we need to close above. Somebody says go back to the S&P. Oh, you're talking about the people who think we're crashing, yeah. What are we doing with the S&P right now short term? Not much. At this point, guys, we're just hanging out. We went over a bunch of stuff already, and now I'm just talking with the chat. D. Murphy says that Tone Vase says we're going down to 1K. That's not... Is that true? No, it's not. Ramming Speed says, what's your analysis on the 20-week EMA? I mean, guys, the 20-week EMA or the 21-week EMA, that is really all it is an area of interest for buyers. It's the optimal buy target. So, the question is like, when are we going to hit the 21-week EMA? Are we ever going to hit it? I mean, obviously at some point we will. Is it going to be below the all-time high? Like, are we going to retest the 21-week EMA below the all-time high before breaking out? And then that would be the buy zone you're looking for. Or maybe we don't do that, right? And we actually end up chopping around the all-time high, breaking out, and then pulling back to it later on. Just like you break above the all-time high here, and then you retest it after the first major parabolic advance above the all-time high. Like something like this. You spend many weeks just trending up, and then you retest it later. I mean, it's all speculation right now. Who knows? If we just like start trending up and then eventually pull back to it. Yeah, I mean, something like this is possible eventually. Guys, it's hard to tell. I mean, we're just sitting at the all-time high. The US dollar index is dumping. And we're going to have to see how this plays out. It's anyone's guess. It's anyone's guess which way the market flinches here. I mean, you have technical indicator, you have like bearish divergence on the daily that kind of played out. Is it going to continue to play out? I mean, it's really hard to tell. Because again, TA doesn't really matter when you have enough demand. TA just gets thrown right out the window if enough buyers show up. If enough buyers just show up here because they're scared of fiat currency, they want to get out, they want to retain their value and invest in hard money like Bitcoin. If enough buyers appear, then the price is going up, guys. We'll break the all-time high. Doesn't matter what the TA says. And the hash ribbon. Everyone's talking about the hash ribbon going bullish. Yes. Yeah, Arthur's saying bearish divergence all the time. Yeah, I mean, if you were looking at the 4-hour chart on the way up, and let's say you tried to like trade the divergences here, yeah, you got faked out many times. You had higher highs on price right here. October 28th, you had bearish divergence. It didn't really play out much. You just kept trending up from this high to this high. Bearish divergence, well, played out a little bit, but you just kept going up. This high to this high. Bearish divergence played out a decent amount, but you just kept going up. It was only until this high here that there was a major correction. And I think there was a few issues. There remember some technical issues with Coinbase, and also Brian Armstrong had made a tweet right here, like right as we were testing the trend line. Brian Armstrong made that tweet where he was saying that he heard rumors that Secretary Mnuchin wanted to introduce regulation that would make it so that crypto users would have to register their ledgers or their external hardware wallets with the exchange so that the government could then see, oh, what is your address? What is your hardware address, so that we can track you, so that we know that you're not cheating on taxes and all this stuff. So that is the new apparent rumor, right? Apparent rumor, which hasn't been substantiated by any other news yet. Like, I haven't seen it anywhere. So yeah, right now it's just a rumor, unless I missed some news. But yeah, that could happen in the not so distant future, where every crypto exchange is going to have to make you register your ledger address. So they'll track all of your activity on the blockchain, and of course, all these intelligence agencies are already able to do that, and they're going to be tracking blockchain like crazy, because I think they were ahead of the game and they knew this was coming. They knew this was coming, guys. So what were we just talking about? Oh yeah, how TA kind of got thrown out the window. You couldn't really make any major plays based on the bearish divergence on the way up. It just got negated the whole time. So again, we have bearish divergence on the daily, but I don't think it really matters much. As long as buyers just keep showing up, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Andrew Adams says he has his phrase memorized. Yeah, but guys, the proposed regulation that I was discussing, that Brian... Here, let's go to the tweet, because this is something that's going to affect all of you guys. All of you guys will be affected by this if it goes through. If it's true. If it's a true thing. This will be a pretty big deal. And this, of course, kind of just shows us that crypto is becoming legitimate. So... right here. Last week, so Brian Armstrong said, last week we heard rumors. So this is the CEO of Coinbase, largest US exchange. Last week we heard rumors that the US Treasury and Secretary Mnuchin were planning to rush out some new regulation regarding self-hosted aka ledgers, self-hosted crypto wallets before the end of his term. I'm concerned that this would have unintended side effects and wanted to share those concerns. So in this thread down here, I believe he says, the proposed regulation would, we think, require financial institutions like Coinbase to verify the recipient / owner of the self-hosted wallet, meaning that they need to verify that you are the owner of that ledger, basically. Collecting, identifying information on that party before a withdrawal could be sent to that self-hosted wallet. So yeah, that was the news released, or the rumor released right here before the dump. Quickly got bought up though. But yeah, this could be pretty big news for most of the people here in crypto, if it really comes true. But you know, that's why, I mean, who knows, guys? If this is true, maybe you only have so much. You may have a small window of time right now to get as much crypto as you can off exchanges without having to register your ledger, and then you can just start using decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, right? And then do all your trades that way. And then like, I mean, this could be frowned upon. But yeah, to start like transferring your crypto profits into stable coins and then holding your stable coins on your ledger and then doing all your trades that way. Yeah, you could do that. Can BT, so Jeffrey says, can Bitcoin get added to the US stock market at all? Well, we have this news today. Today, new news. S&P Dow Jones indices to launch cryptocurrency indexes in 2021. So, in a sense, you know, the stock market is tracking it, but Bitcoin's not going to be added to the stock market because it's not a stock. Bitcoin's not a stock, guys. Obviously, it's a currency. So it's not going to land on the US. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows, but a Bitcoin ETF, right? A Bitcoin ETF, but not actual Bitcoin. ETF, yeah. Not actual Bitcoin. I doubt that. I doubt that. Yeah, someone's saying, why not bullish on the euro? I mean, yeah, the euro's doing great right now compared to the US dollar. I mean, and Bitcoin dominance right now on the weekly, Bitcoin dominance. So we had we're creating lower lows, lower highs. And it does seem like we are hitting this downward sloping resistance line. So, every time Bitcoin comes up, the dominance comes up to this area. It seems like altcoins start to take up a little bit more market share every time. So we'll see. In the last bull market, altcoins took up huge. I mean, Bitcoin dominance dropped a lot, right? Just looking at chat here. Guys, we have 1,000 people watching. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you are new. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit that like button. It helps out the channel a lot as well. If you're enjoying the stream, you might as well subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload videos, when I go live. My live streaming schedule is basically seasonal. It's like when the market is very exciting and there are things to cover in real time and it's very exciting, I go live. When it's not really like that, I just make videos. So that's I'm like a seasonal streamer, just in and out, right? Because I like making videos, I like editing videos, but I also like live streaming when it's nice and exciting and fun, and that's just kind of like my style, I guess. So make sure you guys have that bell button selected as well. What's your thought on Hedera Hashgraph? I don't have much of an opinion on it right now, guys. I mean, guys, I'm only going to talk about something like very confident and it feels right to talk about it, and I like have information to say, and I like, you know, have studied it. I'm not gonna like start talking about stuff that I don't really know, right? I only feel comfortable talking about things that I like really know. So, like, yeah, I don't want to start talking about Hedera Hashgraph if I don't have enough studying behind it. So Bitcoin right now is still holding these levels, it seems. So this is pretty good progress now in the 4-hour for Bitcoin. This area here previously from November 24th and November 25th, where we were closing a lot of 4 hours around 19.4, around 19.3. We had a lot of resistance, or hit some resistance here around 19.3. We're attempting to build support on that right now. Of course, we still have 3.5 hours left on this 4 hour, so we'll see how it actually goes. Ethereum's looking pretty good as well. I mean, right now you just want to start holding this previous resistance as support, 617. We just had the highest 4-hour candle close of 2020, and highest 4-hour candle close since 2018, I guess, for Ethereum. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Guys, let me know in the chat right now. Do you think that Bitcoin is basically going to remain above this trend here in the short term and break 20K soon? Or do you think we're going to be seeing a pullback, a significant pullback before actually breaking the all-time high? Click 1 in chat. Click 1 if you think we're going to break 20K soon. Click 2 if you think we're going to get a pullback soon. Let's see what the chat thinks. I mean, as time goes on, it just seems more and more like we're going to get an all-time high break. It's becoming more and more likely as time goes on, right? We're just continuing to push higher, continue to create higher lows here. As long as the US dollar index can continue to perform very badly, then yeah, Bitcoin will probably go up. Oh my lord. Yo, guys, wait, what the? What just happened? There's a lot of comments that aren't showing. Weird. That like it's asking me to show it or not. Yeah, it seems like most of the chat thinks we will get an all-time high break. I think it seems like majority thinks we will get an all-time high break, it seems. And a lot of people are so used to Bitcoin being bearish that when they see the majority of people say something or whatever, they think, oh, well, it must be the opposite, right? They think they're so smart and the herd must just be wrong, which sometimes that is correct. Sometimes that is the right way to think. Actually, a lot of times that is the right way to think. In many cases, going against the herd is correct. But you got to be really careful right now. We got to be really careful about Bitcoin right now in trying to go against the herd. Because if you were going against the hype, essentially, in 2017, well, you didn't do so well. Right? You didn't do so well for the entire year of 2017 if you were going against the hype, right? So if Bitcoin breaks the all-time high, right, like soon, and people are very excited and there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of, and there's a lot of buying going on, going against the crowd could be a very fatal move. It could be very fatal, right? Because you might just end up, take losses trying to bet against it, or you miss out on a major gain for the next year. So yeah, being a contrarian above the all-time high, I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous. Again, anything can pop the price above the all-time high right now. And also, you know, if somebody makes a call, whether we're going to break out or pull back, and they're right, I think it's just luck at this point. I think it's just luck, unless they're, you know, really informed. Because if the US dollar index just keeps collapsing here, Bitcoin's going to break out. If it doesn't, if it bounces, Bitcoin probably won't break out right now. Seems like TA doesn't really matter all that much at the moment. Too much buy pressure from big players, says Joe. Yeah, that's what it seems to be right now. What is this other news thing I had? It says PayPal CEO sees the entire world going digital first. This is a random one that I clicked on. Yeah, so PayPal is going to connect millions of merchants with crypto. So that's crazy, right? And then we have the new news of Visa doing Bitcoin rewards with credit cards. I mean, guys, people around the world are now going to get their hands on crypto, like, to a very large extent. It is really crazy how things just became so bullish for Bitcoin. From being so much uncertainty to being so certain, right? The market was so uncertain and so certain within the same year. The sentiment switch is just crazy. But anyway, guys, I think that most likely I'm just going to end the stream now. If anything crazy happens, I'll go live again. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this stream. We still have 1,000 people watching, so that's cool. If you definitely hit your like button, hit your own like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's see if we can get at least 500 likes on this stream before we end it. And also be sure to subscribe, guys. We're so close to 33,000 subscribers. We're like right there. We just need a few more. We'll hit 33K. If we hit 33K, I'll put on some fireworks here on the stream. Let's see if we can do it right now. We're close enough to do it right now. I think we're pretty much right there. Like 10 away, guys. We're like 10 subs away from 33K. Somebody's asking, why do I think the US dollar is crashing? Well, guys, 20%, or let's just pull up the money supply. Let's pull up the money supply so that we can see how crazy it is. What is it, like M1? The money stock? I mean, we've had so much printing, guys, so much money printing going on. It's truly crazy, right? Like, look at this. 20% of all US dollars were printed this year in 2020. 20% of all of them were printed this year. That is insane. And that's obviously going to directly devalue the US dollar, like, no doubt. And now we have more news that the next stimulus will be possibly around $900 billion. It's going to devalue the dollar even more. So you guys, I mean, the more you print, the more supply. I mean, it's so simple. The more supply, the less the value over time. And that's exactly what's happening now. Since the March crash, which was right up here, I mean, it's just been horrible for the US dollar. So yeah, and we're going to print another $1 trillion soon. So yeah, good luck there. Good luck there. Oh, we got it, guys. We did it. We did it. 33,000 subs. Let's go. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate the support. Much appreciated. 33 milestone hit. But yeah, guys, I'm probably going to end the stream soon. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. It was a fun stream. We talked about a lot of stuff. You know, Bitcoin, we'll see. If we start to do stuff later, if we start to break out again, I'll probably go live. But, you know, we could chop around for a bit. We'll see. I mean, honestly, usually how this works is once I stop streaming, the price goes up. So if I stop streaming, the price will go up. If I don't stop streaming, we won't. That's usually how it goes. I feel like that's how it goes, guys. Anyway, peace out, guys. Thank you for the 33K subs. Thank you for all the likes, all the support, all the comments. If you guys want to, you know, follow me on Twitter, there's the links below. If you want to join my Discord channel, there's links there. If you want to support this channel directly, if you want to see what other altcoins I'm buying right now, you can join Patreon. Actually, if you join Patreon right now, let me stop this song because it's a copyrighted song, and I think this is monetized. Guys, if you join Patreon right now, you get 28 days free. It's free. You don't pay for the next 28 days. It's the best time to join Patreon. You get literally a free month. A free month, no payment in Patreon. You can see one of my portfolios. I created a portfolio that my patrons track, and it's all verifiable on the blockchain. And I just started adding a little bit of altcoins today, some projects that I like. All in Patreon. It's free for the next 28 days, guys. If my math is correct. You got nothing to lose. Got nothing to lose, guys. Join Patreon, support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.